to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I make deviled eggs the Mallory way. This is the only way I make them. This is how I expect them at my house. My husband, we really like them this way. I've been doing them this way for about 40 years. I noticed one thing is missing. I'm going to grab some mustard and I'll be right back. I got the yellow mustard. I've already hard-boiled the eggs. In a previous video, I showed you when I made the spicy deviled eggs, I used an egg timer. Set it for 17 minutes, rinsed them off, and those are all set and ready to go. So now I'm going to get ready and slice them. Show you how I make my spicy eggs, deviled eggs. Another trick, if you cut these, when these are relatively warm, these were just cooked, the yellow will mix up really easily and they'll be smoother and creamier. I noticed that when I let them sit and say for instance an hour or two and then come back and decide to start cutting these and putting my stuff in there, they're a little harder to get creamy, and I like them pretty creamy. So I'm going to empty these all in here. I've got 3, let's see, I only cooked 7, so this is 5 eggs. So this will make 10 deviled eggs. I guess 5 for me and 5 for my husband. He likes these. He won't eat the spicy ones because he's not a horseradish fan. I love horseradish, but basically with a prime rib or something like that. When I think deviled egg, like I said, you can go salmon, chive, you can get exotic, but to me, horseradish. Well, I guess if I had a cocktail, if I was drinking, then I wouldn't care. I would probably thought it was delicious because stuff like that goes good with cocktails. But I just found this kind of weird, like to have on a Sunday dinner plate. But my girlfriend said that's how they roll. So anyway, with them spicy with the horseradish, I'm just using Miracle Whip, and I'm very funny about it. I don't like the mayonnaise, just the Miracle Whip. And got all these eggs out of here. So now what I'm going to do, I have a cute little egg thingy that I store them in. So what I normally do is go ahead and put these in here for filling. And it's got a nice little lid on it. I got that off Amazon too, if you guys were wondering. And put that there. 6, 7, 8. 1 there. 1 there. Okay, so with your deviled eggs, you always, with eggs anyway, you want to salt and pepper them, I would say, because if you don't, you won't have any seasoning. So just a little salt and pepper. And y'all that know me have seen a couple of 3 or 4 little videos I've made. I always add a little bit of sugar. I forgot to tell you guys, a little sugar in there, so add a little sugar. The relish is sweet, but believe it or not, these deviled eggs are not sweet. I think it's from the mustard. And someone told me years ago what made them deviled back in the day, because I have a girlfriend, she doesn't like her deviled eggs with mustard. She would prefer you do the vinegar and sugar. And people that don't like stuff can definitely taste it. And she's a dear old college friend too, so I would, if I knew she was eating these and coming, or even asked me to make them for her, because she's had my deviled eggs for years too, I would use vinegar and sugar. And if you're gonna do vinegar and sugar, I have to do equal amounts. Now you see how that's not mashing up like I want it to, so I will take that part of the egg out because it'll come out all crazy when I go to pipe. It'll plug up my piper. And see, these eggs sat a little longer than I wanted them to. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of mustard and start mixing. Because like I said, I like it creamy, really, 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 really creamy. Deviled eggs. So anyway, I tell you guys a joke. I promise a joke every time, and while I'm killing time right here trying to get this together, I might as well tell you a joke. Okay, this cougar, she walks into a bar. Everybody knows a cougar's an older woman. She sees a young guy sitting at a table with his boots up on the table. Largest boots she had ever seen in her life. She thought, my God, I've never seen boots that big. So she goes over to him and she says, sir, excuse me, can I ask you a question? He says, well, yes, my lady. She said, is it true? Is what they say about men with big boots, that you're well endowed? He said, well, it sure is. And she thought about it for a minute. She said, wow, I've never had an experience like that before. So he said, the man says to her, would you like to come back to my apartment and find out? The little lady thought about it. She said, why, sure. So she goes back to the man's apartment. They spend the night. The next day, she wakes up. She gives him a $100 bill. And he's blushing. He says, well, thank you, my lady. I've never had anybody pay me for my services before. She said, oh no, that $100 bill is not for your services. It's for you to go get the correct size boots. Get you some boots that fit. Have a nice day. Oh, okay. You guys think that one was funny? Another little joke I'd add. Okay, so I am just mixing up these eggs, and that's just relish, Miracle Whip, not mayonnaise, mustard, salt, pepper, and a little bit of sugar. That is it. And I'm mashing for dear life. I have a spoon right now. I'm going back and forth with the spoon and the knife. Because, like I said, I really like them creamy. And that's why I picked this bowl, because I can smash up against the sides of it anything that I see that might have a lump. And I may start using the food processor, like the Barefoot Contessa. That's just one more thing to clean, but hey, what can I tell you? When it comes to, you know, like I said, I love to eat. Don't really care for cooking, but you know, some things you just, you know, if you want it the way you want it, then you're gonna have to fix it yourself. Okay, let's pipe these. Yeah, I used to do the 2-spoon method for, I'm telling you, at least 25 years. I did. I spoon method these bad boys with 2 spoons, going back and forth, putting them in there. And then one day I decided to pipe them, and I found that it was easier. And I don't know if this is true or this is me tripping, but it seemed like it went further. Because I would always be short some kind of way, or not enough egg here, there, or whatever. But I found that when I pipe them, I do better as far as the ratio. So you would think that's impossible because you got the same amount of eggs. Not like I lost an egg or anything, a yolk. But anyway, I would always run short. So you want to take that, squeeze it all the way down as far as you can get to the end, like that. Show you how I do these. Get these set up for you. Get all this junk out of the way so you don't see it. What a mess. Now this is a disclaimer. I know it's a lot of stuff. 2 containers. I'm only doing this 1 tray of eggs because I'm doing this for the sake of the video. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take my cooking scissors and cut the tip off. And fill these up. And this is how I have been making my deviled eggs for years. A little bit of relish, a little bit of sugar. The relish just gives it a little something to bite into. I think a little sweetness and a little brininess too. And also, every now and then you get a little pimento in the relish. And like I said, if you're doing these for a party, I would definitely put a tip on the end of this bag for piping. And then you could, you know, have a star tip or have something really pretty to show. But like I said, nobody's going to eat these but my mom, myself, and my husband. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Jen's deviled eggs her way. I take my finger, oops, that was ugly, and fix it up a little bit. Also, what I do with these, and like I said, anytime you make deviled eggs, I got a friend, he's somewhere out in Southfield. I grew up with him, my girlfriend's brother. He's always, on Facebook hollering about spicy deviled eggs. He likes smoky, I'm sorry, he wants them smoky. And his deviled eggs, he prefers them to have some smoked paprika in them. So by all means, if that's your thing, you can definitely, make them smoky and add smoked paprika to the deviled eggs. Now, since these are for my husband, and just to differentiate, to make sure he or myself get, I have a tray of spicy ones too. Get these mixed up, I am going to sprinkle these with a little paprika. I just kind of shake it in my hand and put a little bit on here like this. And in a quick flash. You got a quick little appetizer for people to eat, and they're delicious. Hope you enjoyed my joke. Hope you like my deviled eggs. Please give them a try. They are absolutely delicious. You got to let them get cold though. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in this container. Yes, like that. And it comes with a cute little lid. And as you see, it's double decker. So I will not be using the double decker, and that's the beauty of it. Just snap the double decker off and put this in the fridge. So there you go. There you have it. Jen's deviled eggs. Thanks so much for watching. God bless. And you guys have a good evening.